G'day, my name is Wes, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a Rust project, compile it to WebAssembly, and deploy it to Deno Deploy. I'm going to assume you've heard of Rust and WebAssembly, but some of you might be wondering what this Deno thing is. Deno is a server-side JavaScript runtime by the creator of Node.js. It combines V8, Rust, Tokio, and TypeScript into a secure runtime. And perhaps most importantly, it also features adorable dinosaur mascots. Deno is free and open source software, but there is a business behind it. They offer a cloud hosting environment for Deno apps called Deno Deploy. It has tight integration with GitHub that makes deploying fast and easy. For the record, I'm not affiliated with them, I just think it's interesting. Since Deno is based on V8, it can also run WebAssembly modules. This makes it possible to implement a web application in Rust, compile it to WebAssembly, and deploy it to Deno Deploy. Let's do that now. I've created a basic template repository to make getting started easy. I'll generate a new project from this repository and call it Deno Rust Demo. Now I'll clone the repo and install the required tools. They are Deno itself, WebAssembly, Make, and RustUp. These are the Arch Linux package names. They should be pretty similar on other systems. Deno provides the JavaScript runtime. WebAssembly automates creating bindings from our WebAssembly module to JavaScript, which makes it easy to import and use. And RustUp manages your Rust installation. I'll open up the project in CLine and we can see what's been created. librs contains the handler function for HTTP requests. It sets up a panic hook so that panics are printed to the JavaScript console, and returns a hello greeting to all requests. Index.ts is a JavaScript file that is the main entry point to the application. It imports a HTTP server function as well as our handler function from the JavaScript module that WebAssembly created for us. It then starts the server and passes it our handler function. As part of the project, there is a make file to automate the various build steps required. The default target will compile the Rust code to WebAssembly and run WebAssembly to generate the JavaScript module glue code. There's also a run target for starting the local server and a test target to run integration tests. Let's fire up the local server by running make run. Once it's done compiling, the server is started. I'll click on the link to open it in Firefox. Here we can see the message that our handler returns. Next I'll run the tests to make sure they're passing and then deploy the application. The test passed, now on to deployment. Because we have a build step to compile our Rust code, we need to commit the build artifacts so that when Deno Deploy pulls the repo, everything it needs is present. You can also set up a GitHub action to run the build and then deploy, but for this demo I'm just going to commit the build directly. Lastly, we need to push to GitHub. Now let's head over to Deno Deploy and set up the project. You'll need to sign in, then click New Project. We'll need to select the GitHub repository from the list, and then give the project a name. I'll just use the same name as the repository. Then you have to choose the branch that Deno Deploy should publish, and lastly you have to select the file in the repo that is the main file, the one that Deno Deploy should run. In our case, that's the index.ts file. Now click Link to create the project. Deno Deploy shows you a log as it clones and packages the project for deployment to their servers. Once it's done, we can click on the View button to view it. And there we go, a Rust application, compiled to WebAssembly, running in the cloud. That's all there is to it. If you'd like to build your own project like this, the template repository is on GitHub. In my next video, I'm going to use this starting point to build a URL shortener. I hope you'll check that one out too. Until then, happy coding.